Welcome to Soulful Wisdom. In today's fast-paced world, it's easy to get distracted. Social media notifications, new tasks, and shiny things often pull us away from what truly matters. But what if I told you there's an ancient story that can help us overcome these distractions? Today, we're diving into a tale of Gautama Buddha that will teach us how to regain our focus and live a more mindful life. Once, a long time ago, there was an emperor in a village. He had everything: immense wealth, loyal subjects, and a peaceful kingdom. His people admired him, and his reign was prosperous. Despite having everything, the emperor struggled with focus. His mind was always distracted, and he couldn't concentrate on any task. The emperor's mind was like a restless ocean, always churning with waves of thoughts. Whenever he tried to focus on one thing, his attention would quickly drift to something else. He started every task with great enthusiasm, but soon enough, he'd abandon it for the next shiny thing that caught his eye. This constant lack of focus worried him deeply. In search of a solution, the emperor consulted many wise men and scholars from neighboring kingdoms. Each one offered different advice, but none of it worked. The emperor tried meditation, special diets, and various rituals, but his mind remained restless. He felt more frustrated and helpless with each passing day. One day, a news reached the emperor's ears. He heard about an extraordinary person living in his kingdom, a Buddhist monk who could solve any problem with simple wisdom. The monk's words were said to be priceless, holding the secrets of life and truth. People from far and wide came to seek his counsel, and he had a reputation for providing solutions that were easy to understand and implement. Curious and desperate for a solution, the emperor decided to meet this monk. Early in the morning, he set out on his journey. The route to the monk's ashram was long and winding, but the emperor was determined. Along the way, he rested occasionally and spoke to the villagers who praised the monk's wisdom. Hearing their stories increased his curiosity and hope. When the emperor finally reached the ashram, he saw a simple, peaceful place. In the garden behind the ashram, he noticed a gardener covered in mud, diligently tending to the plants. The gardener had no slippers on his feet and appeared to be an ordinary person. The emperor approached him and asked, "Excuse me, sir, where is the owner of this ashram? I have come to meet him." The gardener looked up and replied, "Sir, please sit inside. I will call him soon. The master will meet you shortly." The emperor nodded and went inside the hut, eagerly waiting to meet the extraordinary person everyone praised. After a while, the monk appeared, and to the emperor's surprise, it was the same gardener he had seen earlier. The emperor greeted him with great surprise and said, "You are the same gardener who was tending the garden outside, but now you stand before me as a Buddhist monk." The monk smiled and replied, "Yes, Emperor, I was just doing a little work in the garden. I am both the gardener and the person you have come to meet. Please tell me the reason for your visit." The emperor was taken aback, but quickly composed himself. "Maharaj, I have heard that there is no one like you in this entire state. People speak highly of you and say that you can solve any problem. That is why I have come to meet you today. I want to listen to your wisdom, but I must admit, I have some doubts." The emperor continued, "I have met many great scholars and knowledgeable people. They often carry books of knowledge and have signs of their wisdom, but you have no books, nor any visible signs of being a learned person. Yet you seem very calm and composed. Can you tell me your secret?" The monk began to smile and said, "My knowledge is everywhere, in the form of nature and in the universe. I learn from the simple and ordinary things in life. But tell me, Emperor, what troubles you? Why have you come here? The Emperor explained, Maharaj, I have been struggling to concentrate on anything for a long time. My mind is always restless and distracted. I start tasks with enthusiasm, but soon I lose focus and leave them unfinished. This constant distraction is causing me great worry and distress. Please tell me the solution to my problem. The monk listened attentively and then said, Emperor, I understand your concern. You are not able to concentrate on your work because your mind is constantly wandering. I can offer you a solution. But first, you must trust the process. Meet me tomorrow morning, and I will give you the answer to your problem. The emperor agreed and returned to his palace. That night, he couldn't sleep. He kept thinking about what the monk would tell him. The monk appeared to be an ordinary gardener, yet his calm demeanor was intriguing. The emperor was eager to learn the secret behind the monk's tranquility. Early the next morning, just before sunrise, the emperor returned to the ashram. The monk was already there, waiting for him. The monk handed the emperor a small jug of water and said, Take this and slowly pour water on the plants. While you do this, keep your entire attention on the task. Do not let your mind wander. If any distracting thoughts come, stop immediately and start again from the first plant. Continue this until you have watered all the plants without any distractions. The emperor was surprised by the simplicity of the task, but agreed to follow the monk's instructions. He started watering the first plant with great care. As he moved to the second plant, his mind began to wander. He thought about the garden in his palace, the flowers, and the responsibilities waiting for him. Back home, realizing his mind had strayed, he stopped and started again from the first plant. This process continued throughout the day. Each time the emperor's mind wandered, he had to start over. He became increasingly frustrated with himself. The more he tried, the more his thoughts distracted him. By evening, he had not managed to water all the plants. The monk returned to the garden and saw the emperor's frustration. He said, Emperor, I am very pleased with your honesty and effort. You tried your best to focus on the task, but let me explain why you struggled. The monk continued, You were not watering the plants. You were trying to finish the task as quickly as possible. You saw this task as a burden and wanted to get it over with, so you could get the answers to your questions. This made it difficult for you to focus. When we see a task as a burden, we rush through it without giving it our full attention. But if we understand the importance of the task and approach it with dedication, our mind will stay focused. The emperor listened carefully and asked, Maharaj, I understand what you are saying. I wanted to finish the task quickly, which is why I couldn't focus. But in this fast-paced life, it is challenging to stay focused. Is there any way to make it easier? The monk smiled and replied, Yes, Emperor. The calm mind you seek is already within you. You do not need to go anywhere to find it. Learn to pay attention to your breath. Observe how you inhale and exhale. This simple practice will bring your mind back to the present moment and help you focus. The monk continued, When you pay attention to your breath, you will find that your mind becomes calm. You can do this while doing any task. Whether you are reading, working, or simply sitting, focus on your breath. This will keep you connected to the present moment and reduce distractions. The monk also suggested another practice. Spend a few minutes each day observing the nature around you. Notice the details of the plants, the sounds of birds, and the movement of the wind. This will help you stay present and bring your mind back to the current moment. The emperor nodded and said, Maharaj, I understand now. I need to see my tasks not as burdens, but as opportunities to focus and find peace. I will practice paying attention to my breath and observing nature. Thank you for your wisdom." The monk smiled and said, "Remember, Emperor, a calm mind can overcome any difficulty. When your mind is calm, you can give your full attention to whatever you do, and that work will bring you peace and knowledge. Practice this daily, and you will see a difference." The emperor returned to his palace with a new sense of purpose. He started paying attention to his breath and practiced mindfulness. Gradually, he noticed a change. He could focus better, and his mind became calmer. The tasks that once seemed burdensome became opportunities to practice mindfulness and find peace. So friends, whenever you feel overwhelmed by distractions, remember this story. Don't see tasks as burdens. Instead, focus on them with dedication and mindfulness. Pay attention to your breath, stay present, and you'll find peace and clarity in everything you do. Thank you for joining me on this journey of embracing simplicity and finding the true essence of life. If you enjoyed this video, hit the subscribe button for more thought-provoking content. Share this video with someone you love. Remember, climb higher, aim higher. Thank you for watching. Make sure to subscribe to Soulful Wisdom for more inspiring stories and practical wisdom. Until next time, stay focused and stay blessed.